Okay, ready for your treatment?
Very ready, yes.
So we spoke earlier during our consultation about trying to use aromatherapy treatments to really support you through some of these menopausal symptoms that you're experiencing. So you're on HRT,
I am, yes.
but it's having an impact on some symptoms but not others. So we decided to really focus our attention on using aromatherapy, and we spent quite a bit of time choosing the oils which we felt would help you, or which your body really pulled towards. So we looked at rose, which is heavily favoured for hormone and mood swings and promoting emotional balance. It's a really good base oil to have in an aromatherapy blend, and has some really good properties around treating menopausal symptoms. We've got clary sage, which has been known to reduce the frequency of hot flashes and night sweats, which is something that you felt HRT really had a little bit of an impact, but there's still room for improvement.
Definitely.
Yeah, and I think as part of the overall nighttime routine, maybe that would be a really good one to focus on, because I felt that your body really pulled towards that one. Definitely there's some evidence to support that it does promote emotional stability as well. And the last one which you really pulled towards was peppermint. And I think at the moment that gives you like that cooling feeling which you're needing at the moment. And as I think you mentioned the weather, so it's particularly hot in the UK at the moment. We're having a real hot spell, and sometimes that can have a real impact on your hormones as well. So I think the peppermint, because of its cooling nature, can really help with that and give you that almost immediate cooling sensation. So we've put all those oils together with jojoba as the carrot oil, and we're going to use that to really focus on the pulse point areas. So we're going to look at doing the feet, the hands, and then the neck. So I'm just going to focus on the feet in the first part of this treatment. So what I'm going to do is just clean the feet first with a lavender hydrolate. Lavender as well is a really good oil for menopausal symptoms. And in fact, what they have done is some clinical trials using lavender to alleviate hormonal symptoms. So that's an interesting.
Because lavender's
thought.
known for helping sleep as well, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. And I think, again, if you have lavender as part of your nighttime routine, particularly if you're having disturbed sleep patterns, that can really help you.
Because you can get things like pillow sprays, can't you, with lavender
You
in?
can. The only thing I would say about lavender, I think if you get a really strong lavender, it can be really overpowering. So there are so many different ones, so you might want to think about choosing the one that you respond to best. I'm just going to put these to one side. I'm just going to massage one foot first. So I know we're warm anyway, but it's just if you're not moving it at all, it can get cool. So that's just to keep it warm. And I'm just going to take a little bit of this oil. I find with jojoba it's quite runny, so do be careful when you're pouring that on, because you don't want mega amounts of oil on here. But that's going on quite nicely. Wonderful aroma. That's a nice blend. And what we're doing is some nice gentle massage to get the oils seeping into the skin. And then we will do some massage around the sides as well, where you'll find the ovaries and the uterus. So we will look at making sure that the oil does go into those areas as well.
I do find it very fascinating how the body's connected.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it is fascinating. I mean, obviously, it does depend what you think of some of these treatments, because some of them have had more research than others. I mean, aromatherapy, for example, there are quite a lot of clinical trials that have taken place, and aromatherapy is seeping directly into the skin. Reflexology, we need some more trials to take place to substantiate what people are saying, but it's a treatment that intrigues me a lot. You know, for example, here is where, you know, you can feel the ovaries going across the fallopian tube into the uterus. And, you know, some people do swear by reflexology as a treatment that helps them through those hormonal stages while they're going through perimenopause and menopause. But, you know, different treatments work for different people. And obviously, don't forget that you always, always must consult your medical practitioner as well. You know, they are the ones that will be looking after you for a number of years as you go through this challenging time in your life. But anything that can promote a positive approach to dealing with perimenopause and menopause has got to be a good thing.
Agreed.
There is so much information out there now to help and support people with lots of self-care available, so tools that perhaps were not available in years gone past that we now got the opportunity to use to help us help ourselves. And I think there's nothing wrong with doing like a multi-pronged attack on symptoms in this instance. I think you know, there's quite a lot to be said for identifying what might trigger some of the symptoms that people experience. So it could be food, could even be some exercises. You know, not every exercise is for everyone. It's just trial and error, trying to think what works for you and really take a long holistic approach to what you're trying to do to help support you, because this is going to go on for a number of years. It's not going to suddenly stop. You know, I'm postmenopausal myself, and I still get the occasional symptom. I mean, luckily I'm over the worst of it, but yeah, I do find even now certain foods that trigger hot flushes and night sweats still get that, and that was my trigger during perimenopause in particular. Certain types of food, I couldn't eat spicy food. Sugar was a real trigger for me. I'd literally have some sweets and then I'd get a hot sweat. It was just so obvious.
Fatty foods and alcohol are triggers for me.
Right. Okay. And that's good that you know that, so you're very aware of your body.
I do think it's challenging because menopause is now talked about a lot more.
Yeah.
I think a lot of companies have kind of leaned into that, shall we say.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you're trying to do some research as to what you should do, what you shouldn't do, what supplements might help, there's so much out. It's a bit mind-blowing to work out what does or doesn't work, what you should or shouldn't be taking, which is why I thought exploring the more holistic, like aromatherapy, which have been around for a long time.
Because it's a biological process, you know, we're all going to go through it. And actually having too much information can be confusing. So it's trying to find something that you feel comfortable reading, maybe, that is written in a way that you can understand. So have a good look around. Make sure you don't spend too much money on things that are not going to help you. But it's good because in years gone by, that information was just not available. You know, you had your GP to go to, and that was it. And you know what they said was gospel. You know, and it was supposed to be a fix-all. Well, we now know. I mean, even from your own experience with HRT, it's only fixing some of it. So this holistic approach, I think works. You know, you need to look at your nutrition, your exercise, look at holistic treatments, you know, herbal remedies, look at, you know, aromatherapy is only one. Emotionally, you can look at CBT, so cognitive behavioural therapy has been known to work, particularly if your emotions are up and down. And obviously HRT as well, talk to your doctor about that. So there is so much out there, which is good, I think. It's just using your common sense to wade your way through what's working for you. Okay. Right. I think what we'll do, if that's okay with you, is we're going to move on up to your hands and wrists now.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're going to move on to now is just covering your lower arm and your hands. So there's lots of stress that's carried in your hands. I think what we'll do is just make sure we can penetrate this oil into the hands. And just a little bit more there. That covers a lot of the pulse point areas as well in this region. It should really help. So the whole idea of that, this is not, you know, a deep massage. This is really using massage to get the oil to absorb into the skin and give you a little bit of relax at the same time. Yes, but
it smells amazing.
I know. I think the aromas really do have quite a lot of impact.
I thought the peppermint might be overpowering because it's quite a strong
one.
But it's not at all. You can still smell the rose.
Yeah, it's just the one that hits you first, I think. We do hold quite a lot of stress in our hands as well. It's worth giving them a little bit of TLC. Right. Just going to get to the other side. How does that feel?
Lovely.
Yeah, that's a nice subtle blend. It's not sort of in your face, which is what clearly your body needs at the moment. It's just asking for some gentle attention, I think.
I think that's the interesting thing. It's knowing what oils to mix, because I would never have thought of putting peppermint and rose together.
Yes, yeah.
I would have thought the smells would have fought each other rather than complemented each other.
That's healing nicely, that one. Is it a burn? Yeah.
Taking something out of the oven.
It's easy to do. Right, what we're going to do now is move on to your neck area, just so that we can stimulate some of the pulse point areas there, so they'll absorb the oil, and hopefully that will give you that nice refreshing feeling that you're after. Right, okay, what we're going to do now is just do the last bit of the pulse point massage, and this part is really focusing on the neck and shoulder area. Just need a little bit more, and hopefully you'll still have the impact of the aromatherapy oils coming through. That lovely aroma that we decided on. I'm just going to very gently pop the aromatherapy oil on these pulse points either side of your eyes. But what I want to focus on is really the neck area.
Although that did just release some tension almost instantly when you did that.
Okay. You might find this does as well then. Oops. It's okay. That can happen. What I might do is when we've done the neck area, I might go back to your temples, because it's clearly an area that you're storing your stress in, maybe. So hopefully the waft of those oils is penetrating what we call your olfactory system. So going up in through your nose into, so that the oil is not just penetrating the skin, but it's also your sense of smell that it's impacting, which should have a real impact on that. To bring this massage to a close, I'd like you to breathe with me for a count of 3. So 1, so good, 2, last one, just going to release that as well. Okay, thank you so much for volunteering today. I hope you enjoyed that, and I really hope that you get some usage out of some of the practical things we've been talking about, such as, you know, the food triggers, and we actually mentioned as well the importance of water. Keep going with that, because that's very important as well, but looking at that whole holistic range. So it sounds like you've responded well to the aromatherapy one this time, so we can either next time do something a bit more, so like a full body massage using aromatherapy oils on that, or we can try a different treatment.
Sounds
up
good.
to you.
Thank you very much.